Right now, the world is watching Israel. You've heard the rumors. You've seen the reports about the Red Heifers. You know that preparations for a third temple are further along than anyone wants to admit. But everyone is looking at the wrong thing. They're looking at the building. They're obsessed with the stones, the altar, and the ashes. But they are missing the terrified secret hidden in the geography itself. There is a specific coordinate on Earth and in the spiritual realm that Satan has been trying to capture since before Adam took his first breath. It is a location mentioned in the Bible that most pastors skip over. It's not just a place, it is a seat of authority. And the scary part? The coming temple isn't just a house of worship, it is the final attempt to unlock a gateway to the cosmic north. Welcome back to Pit to Palace Stories. Today, we are opening the map to the one location God reserved for himself, and the one location the enemy is willing to burn the world to conquer. Have you ever noticed that in the Bible, the north is almost always bad news? In the book of Jeremiah, God warns, "Out of the north an evil shall break forth upon all the inhabitants of the land." When Babylon attacked, they came from the north. When the Assyrians attacked, the north. But in the ancient world, north wasn't just a direction on a compass. It wasn't just about weather. To the cultures surrounding Israel, the north was where the gods lived. Think of Mount Olympus in Greek mythology. It was a high, unreachable place where Zeus sat. Well, the Canaanites had their own version of this. They called it Mount Zaphon. Keep that name in your mind, Zaphon. In Hebrew, the word Zaphon literally means north, but it implies something hidden, something dark, something reserved for the divine assembly. This is where the story gets terrifying, because when the Bible talks about the north, it's often describing a spiritual geography, not just a physical one. And there is one specific entity who is obsessed with this location. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 14. This is the moment Lucifer falls. We see his heart laid bare. He makes 5 statements, 5 I wills. I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. But look at the third one. This is the key to the entire mystery. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. There it is. He didn't just want to be like God, he wanted God's real estate. Lucifer wasn't talking about the North Pole, he was talking about the Har Mode, the Mount of Assembly, the cosmic north. This is the location in the spiritual dimension where the divine council meets. It is the control room of the universe. Lucifer's rebellion was a coup attempt. He wanted to sit on Zaphon. He wanted to hijack the government of God. And even though he was cast down, he never gave up that ambition. He has been trying to build a counterfeit Mount of Assembly on earth ever since. The entire Bible is actually a war between 2 mountains. On one side, you have God's chosen mountain, Mount Zion in Jerusalem. On the other side, you have the pagan stronghold, Mount Zaphon, often associated with Mount Hermon, where the fallen angels descended. God actually mocks the enemy in Psalm 48. Listen to this flex. Beautiful for situation, the joy of the whole earth is Mount Zion on the sides of the north, the city of the great king. Did you catch that? Geographically, Jerusalem is not in the north, it's in the center. But spiritually, God claims the title. He is saying, you want the cosmic north, Lucifer? I am the cosmic north. My throne is the true summit. But here is why this matters to you right now in 2026. The enemy cannot reach the spiritual throne of God in the third heaven anymore. He was kicked out. So what does he do? He tries to mimic it here on earth. He needs a physical spot to place his man of sin. He needs a temple.
This brings us back to the third temple. Many Christians think the third temple is just about fulfilling Jewish prophecy, but it's much darker than that. Why is the Antichrist so obsessed with sitting in the temple of God? Paul tells us in 2 Thessalonians 2:4, he opposes and exalts himself above all that is called God, so that he sets himself up in the temple of God, proclaiming himself to be God. Do you see the pattern? Isaiah 14, I will sit on the mount of assembly in the north. 2 Thessalonians, he sits in the temple, showing himself that he is God. The third temple is the physical attempt to fulfill Lucifer's ancient desire. It is his way of saying, if I can't rule from the spiritual Zaphon, I will rule from the physical Zion. It's a mockery. It's a ritual. By sitting in that specific geographic spot, the Antichrist is trying to unlock the authority of the cosmic north on Earth. He wants to bridge the gap between the underworld and our world. And there's one more layer to this mystery. Remember Mount Hermon, the place located in the literal north of Israel? That is where the book of Enoch says the 200 watchers fell. That was the portal. For thousands of years, the north has been a gateway for the supernatural. The tribe of Dan moved to the north and immediately fell into idolatry. King Jeroboam set up golden calves in the north at Dan. The gates of hell, Caesarea Philippi, are in the north. The enemy has been camping out at the northern gate for millennia, waiting for the door to open. When the third temple is built and the man of sin takes his seat, the Antichrist isn't just a political leader. He is the physical avatar of that ancient spirit who said, I will sit on the sides of the north. He is trying to finish what he started in the garden. But there's something the enemy always forgets. He forgets who owns the geography. In Ezekiel, we are told about a final war. Gog and Magog come from the uttermost parts of the north. It looks like they're going to win. It looks like the darkness is going to swallow Zion. But the story doesn't end with the enemy sitting on the throne. The Bible tells us that when Jesus returns, his feet touch the Mount of Olives. He splits the earth. He reclaims the geography. Lucifer wanted to be the Most High on the mountain of the north, but he is destined for the lowest parts of the pit. The world is distracted by politics, red heifers, and treaties, but the real war is unseen. It's a war over a throne. The enemy is waking up his ancient princes. He is preparing his seat, but the king of the true north is already on his way down. If you want to know more about the Gate of the Watchers and the creatures waiting to be released, you need to watch